Took this trade in the C period. If you look at that 5-minute chart, you can see that red area. I just waited for that little micro pullback to get in. That red area was kind of the high on the where I figured there would be resistance on the 4H chart. And I did take that first step down, the lower high there on the 5-minute. But that orange line is the overnight high. So I faded it back into there, but I didn't want to stretch it any farther. Once we did break this, then I thought the next obvious target would be that next swing low there, and then possibly that VWAP. So like I said, I waited for that little micro pullback, and I thought it would either keep going or I would just, I'd close out of this if it looked like it was going to come back on me. You can see right away I protected it. And that blue line that I have in there, if you look at the volume profile, that's kind of the gap between, or the cut between the profiles. And if you look in the 5-minute, it's a little more obvious. And then it's also the base of that next, basically higher or lower high, higher low, I'm sorry. But I thought ultimately we would get to that VWAP, and I just wanted to see how we were moving. And as if we get to like 40, 50 ticks in these trades, I've just been moving the stop down. So right there, I'm measuring for like the 27 to see where I want to put it. Just because, this is moving so fast, it can just go against you so easily or so quickly. So I'm watching that blue line to kind of see how we get to that level. And you can see that it's hesitating there. Once we break through, I bring the stop down, secure that amount. And, my thought process here is it's either going to go to that VWAP or it's going to come back and take me out. And I'm fine with either at this point. Now, you see I moved that down to, thinking that I wanted to hold for that VWAP, but I looked at that cash session, the volume profile right next to the TPO chart. That's the cash session profile. You can see that the value area low is a little bit higher, and I didn't want to run into the open there either. So I moved that back up, and right here it takes me out. Then I have one more trade. This is me coming off the 5,200 level. You can see on the 5-minute chart where I entered there. I immediately protected this, but watch how fast this trade clears out. Obviously right there, it almost took me out. I should have just closed the trade instead of bringing that stop down, but I really thought it was going to kind of bounce back, and then keep going. So I just took a risk there. That was still like 80 ticks.